What does that mean? It's a fine line. I like to write it. And I like to talk about confidence versus arrogance, right? To be confident, you got to walk into the room. You got to own the room. You got to know who's the head motherfucker in charge, right? I'm in here. This is my house. This is what I'm doing. Doesn't matter who the fuck they are. You got to be the biggest and the baddest when you walk in, or you got to have that mentality and you got to have that kind of confidence. Now, it can come across as arrogant, and I'd rather be arrogant than fucking insecure. But you don't want to be arrogant where you're belittling people or you think you're better than people by saying things. I want you to think you're better than people and walk in. Like, you've got to have that mentality. Like, fuck this. I'm in here. This is my show. This is what I'm doing. I bring up, many times I've met some really cool people. Some of my heroes growing up, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson. I got to sit down with President Trump. I've done these things and I've been able to discipline myself to control the moment and not let the moment be bigger than what it is. But also, intriguingly to them, I'm able to have enough confidence and swagger where they're intrigued by me. Of course, I'm intrigued by them. It's President Trump. It's Barry Sanders. It's, whomever, Kevin O'Leary, these different people that you sit down and do things with. You're like, wow, that's pretty cool. I literally go in and say, and I have this mentality, like, they should be grateful and excited to meet me as much as I am them. I just like to even the playing field, right? It's very important because what happens so many times in life is we allow the moment to take us over. We allow what people's status is to really determine how we're going to act. I mean, think about it, right? You pull into a parking lot with whatever car you have, and if there's many more nicer cars than yours, in most cases, you're like, oh shit, it's kind of an embarrassing car. Or if your car is definitely the nicest and you're like, holy shit, I got the nicest car in the parking lot and you got a lot of swagger. It really and it's sad, but that's the life we live in. People are chasing likes more than they are love, more than they are money. It's like me, like me, like me, like me, which is fucking crazy. But it's the world we live in. And so I look at it as, I go through different periods of my life. When I first opened up my first business at 24 years old, and I was really insecure. I was nervous to be managing people that were in their 30s and had a college education and ran companies before. And here I am managing them. So I was very insecure about it. I struggled with it. I had to learn and adapt until I got pissed off enough, and I ended up firing somebody in the middle of the office to kind of, put my foot down and show that I've got this. This is my fucking show. But I advise you, don't do that. Don't put yourself in that position where you have to be insecure and enough's enough and you snap. But I've been insecure, where when I've gotten the alarm business and all these other alarm dealers were fucking much larger than me. And I was like, you feel less than sometimes. I mean, think of if you have a kid and, they go to school and they don't have the nice shit that some of the other kids have. I know I'd lived that. I had fake Tommy Hilfigers. I had a $300 car with the fucking top falling down, insulation going everywhere. I mean, I get it. People used to make fun of me for things I couldn't control. It's what motivated me. It's what fucking inspired me to really be like, fuck that. I'm going to go live a better life and fucking conquer, the moment and own the hour and the day. Like, I'm going to fucking do this shit.